Rob Davidson joins us via Skype. He's the CEO of Cure Pharmaceutical. You guys emailed us last year and said you got to take a look at this company. Cure Pharmaceutical has created a thin film as a drug delivery in a number of areas, not only in the health and wellness space, but also the drug delivery space. And they just snagged a DEA license to manufacture pharmaceuticals from cannabis. So they are in line with the FDA. They are in line with the DEA, and he's here to talk about it. Rob, great to have you on, man. How are you? Good to see you.
Doing great. Thanks for having me again.
So this is a big press release that came out. Before we get to that, though, for the audience, I know we picked up a couple of affiliates. One of them in New York City, another one in Las Vegas, Nevada, on TV and radio. Mm-hmm. Give us an overview of what you guys are doing again, so those people who are getting mid-story know what you guys are all about.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So yeah, Cure Pharmaceutical. I think you said it well. We fall under the regulations of the FDA and DEA. We're actually a drug delivery platform technology company, so we deliver drug actives more effectively to the body, specifically to pediatric patients, potentially oncology patients, cancer patients, geriatrics. It's a thin film technology. I guess the best analogy would be like a Listerine thin film strip, those breath freshening strips. I know you guys like to use that analogy, but it's a little more complex, delivering the active using different technologies, encapsulation methods, and proprietary formulations. But that's basically the broad strokes of it. We deliver actives more effectively to the blood, potentially even making the product safer because you can use less actives. So that's pretty exciting for us.
And you guys are covering everything from sleep apnea to cancer. And now, I'm assuming with this press release that came out Monday, with respect that you've been approved for a Schedule I license to manufacture cannabinoid molecules using the cannabis plant. I'm assuming that opens up a whole other bevy of treatments, correct?
And I would imagine that license approval significally expands the potential formulations that you can develop.
Yeah, no, actually, it's a big deal. We did have a Schedule I license already for the synthetic forms of cannabinoid molecules. Those are approved molecules that are synthetically synthesized, not a whole plant or natural variety. And now we just extended that license, which I think is game changer. Allows us to play with the whole plant and really look at all the different molecules in the plant species itself. There's over 140 different cannabinoid molecules. It's not just the one that gets you high. I'm sorry. There's other molecules that have biologically active, benefits.
Yes.
And we want to take a look. We're researching that. We have research collaborations in Israel that we could take advantage of. With Technion Institute, we're doing a lot of research there and discovering the different cannabinoid molecules. We could duplicate that research here in California in our facility. We're the only thin film drug delivery platform company that has a Schedule I license. We're one of the only that we know of delivery companies that have, drug delivery companies that have the Schedule I for whole plant cannabis.
Hey, Rob, so I got to ask you, on that side of things, because obviously if you look at Canada doesn't have the population that the U.S. has by a fraction. However, they've federally legal cannabis, which solves the banking problem that we have here in the States, because I mentioned this a lot. How important is it that the DEA got on board now? Because you've got, literally, let's say we've got the FDA that you guys are in line with here. We've got the federal government that obviously has got their eye on your industry, and obviously this is the new vertical that everyone's talking about. Mm-hmm. How important is this DEA announcement? Because this DEA Schedule I thing, I believe, is a pretty big deal.
No, absolutely. So it allows us to do what a lot of companies, probably all other companies right now in the drug delivery world can't do, and that's to work on whole plant extracts from cannabis and be able to do the research. I mean, there's a lot of anecdotal, research and patient data that shows cannabis is effective in a multitude of indications. But, in reality, regulations are coming down, and they're going to say, look, we want to see true clinical research. The problem is in the U.S., you can't do that clinical research legally because it's a Schedule I, and a Schedule I is classified as having no medicinal benefit by the DEA. So the DEA allowing us to look at this and giving us the license to, do the studies and the research on these cannabinoids and the effectiveness. I mean, it's a game changer. We'll be I think we're one of the leaders in the industry, and it allows us to leapfrog, a lot of other companies that would want to do that research. So it's exciting. It's really exciting.
So I've got to talk about a New York Stock Exchange company that is one of the biggest in your business, and that's called the Canopy Growth Corporation. Canopy Growth Corporation trades on the New York Stock Exchange under the symbol CGC. It's probably the biggest, most notable cannabis company in the world, and you guys just recently announced that you entered into a multi-year agreement with Canopy Growth. Can you talk about that, because that's a huge story?
Yeah, no, absolutely, and that's the other nice thing. We can do a lot of the work in California now that we're working with Canopy. We're developing their full delivery platform for their proprietary whole plant molecules from the cannabis plant. So we can actually duplicate all that research in the U.S. We are their exclusive drug delivery thin film platform company. So we have an exclusivity with them. They cannot utilize any other thin film companies. And we also, are looking to expand some of that research with them into other delivery dosage forms.
Yeah,
it could be transdermal, liquids, everything. So,
speaking of delivery, you should deliver a couple of those, test samples. Just see if they work. I don't know. You just,
this is
prototypes.
Hey, Rob, for you guys as a company, before I let you out of here today, for you guys as a company, do you think you concentrate on the cannabis side? Do you concentrate on the medicinal drug delivery side with traditional Western medicine, or do you concentrate on some of your health and wellness products like the Sleep Club and the vitamins and stuff like that?
I know my answer.
So we have multiple verticals that we concentrate on. So I think you named those verticals. We have the pharmaceutical side. In fact, we are in the process of sildenafil thin film, bringing that to market. We're through we filed a pre-IND. We should have a meeting with the FDA by the end of the month. So we're working on that product as a 505(b)(2), which is better known as it's a generic form of Viagra. Only we're delivering in the thin film, so it's more effective.
So it fits in your wallet better.
Absolutely, it's more discreet. Everyone likes to be discreet, especially when it comes to that.
Boy, I got big plans.
It's gonna come like a book of matches.
I got big plans. That'd be great. Just freshen up my breath.
And then what's the other part you've got? And you've got the Sleep Club too, right?
We do. We have a sleep product that's more on the natural side. It's a nutraceutical, really functional nutraceutical product, and that has 5 different actives in the formulation.
You should put a time-release breath freshener on that. You eat it at night to go to sleep, and then 8 hours later, poof, fresh breath. You wake up with that.
Actually, if I tried one of your vitamin D strips. It actually tastes pretty good.
I'm thinking.
I mean, it does. You guys did a pretty good job of that, because you have labs that put all that stuff together, right, Rob?
Yeah, so we're fully vertically integrated. We have our own research and development lab, formulation lab, testing lab as well, and then we have the full manufacturing facility. So we are fully vertically integrated from that perspective. Absolutely. And then on the cannabis side, I just want to point out that we only work under federal regulations. We do our research. We'll do clinical studies, and we'll take that, if it's a cannabis molecule, we'll take it through the FDA, and then get that approval through the FDA in the U.S. And then likewise in Canada, we'll work with Health Canada to get that approved in Health Canada and in Europe as well. So we have so many territories we're working in right now with Canopy. So it's a very exciting time.
Well, we're going to keep looking at that story. By the way, Cure Pharmaceutical, curepharma.com, curepharmaceutical.com, you get their website. They are publicly traded under the stock symbol CURR.
Do you?
Our good friend Rob Davidson. Watch, there's going to be a big special on him coming on the network too, as well, because it's such a robust company. I'm going to give you a little buy, sell, or hold on Canopy Growth Group here in a second. Plus, we're entering to the world of craft beer.